big with a few good people. I got my man Randy here again, y'all. You know, those of y'all that follow me, y'all that seen him before. Randy, dog. Got my man
people?
William. What you saying, Randy?
No, I was just saying, what's up, people? What's up, good people? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling out there?
Got my man William Coley. This really was the show about. My man can introduce himself to y'all, let y'all know about himself. But you know, those of y'all that don't know his name, William Coley, aka Biggie, aka Chef B.I.G.G.I.E. You know, I just made that up. He ain't never had that, but you know, I gave that to him. That's our GP.
AKA Betty Jean.
Yeah, Randy.
Yeah,
Before
good
we get to
good
bigs,
beats. Yeah.
tell them about yourself though. They sing you, but tell them who you are. Reintroduce yourself. Your name is Ho.
Yeah. Hey, good people out there. Randy. My name Randy. I'm the firearms instructor extraordinaire. Jack of all trades. I do a little bit of things. A lot of things. I'm working on a few things. I'm just building, man.
So
I'm out here just building.
They know about your firearms. What else you got planned? You ain't not giving them everything because you got a lot. But what else you got
I wasn't planning on falling into that this segment. I was going.
So you gonna hold
I
off?
was gonna hold off on that for y'all. I got some things stewing. That's why I left it like that. But yeah,
we're gonna hold off.
I'm just gonna let my man shine. I'm gonna let
forever do. Biggs, what's up?
What's up, baby? How y'all feeling, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good to see y'all, gentlemen.
Appreciate you being here.
100%.
Appreciate you being here.
100%.
Right. So just tell us about yourself. I mean, I evidently we already gave your name and stuff.
Absolutely.
Tell us about yourself.
I like the whole William Coley thing. That's cool.
My man.
Appreciate that. And then let you know that you're growing. You know what I mean? Ain't about the street shit all the time.
Right.
But yeah, I'm coming from the village, 3902. You know what I mean? Grew up there. Met some good people up there, especially y'all gentlemen went to school with y'all. I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? Growing up, learning a lot, understanding, not having a father in my life, I mean, at a young age, had to really grow up and figure things out. So when I moved from the village, I moved out this little county called Lake Brook Circle. Lake Brook Circle was something that I didn't see coming.
Right.
It was a neighborhood full of kids, full of people.
Right.
Full of love, something that I didn't have growing up.
Right.
So when I got it, I realized like, damn, I am a person that people love to be around.
Right.
So then that's when I got the nickname Biggie. I wasn't ugly like him. Trust me, I wasn't. It was
no, he said I wasn't black and ugly as ever.
However,
it wasn't like that. No.
Yeah.
But they just understood that my character, my charisma, the things that I bring in the community, people just knew like Big was going to be something special. And I'm here today to bring
Recipe's big too.
Right, recipes big, right. I'm here just to show y'all, bring y'all light on the journey that I came from as far as my cooking. I've been cooking since I was young. I really love this cooking shit. I don't know no other way to do it. So before MySpace was out, I was cooking out my house up the village.
He was cooking out the house.
Cooking out the house on Lake Brook Circle, selling food, breakfast, everything I could sell.
Hold on before you get into that. We're gonna get into that. But
Okay.
Randy, like you said, from all three of us from up the village, Emerson Village, you heard me and Randy the last time we did this, our upbringing. Like you said, we went to school together again. To reiterate something I said from a few segments back, like I'm not gonna bring individuals that I don't believe in, or dudes that I can't deal with, or I don't trust their character. Now, everybody can't be vetted on that level because obviously different individuals that may or may not show up on this show aren't going to all be individuals that I've grown up with. But in the same sense, the first couple people that I did bring on, I wanted them to be people that I'm close to, people that I know their journey, people that I've seen them come from one place to another, people that I know and is able to truly respect where they come from. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People I know that came from harsh or humble beginnings that decided to not just conform to what Emerson Village got to offer, because trust me, it's hard up there. It still is to this day. But we moved out, even to piggyback off what he was saying like when he was up there, it took for him to move away from up the village for him to truly feel love. Now, I don't agree with him with that because we always love him. You know what I mean? But I get where you coming from though.
I didn't have like the father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
growing up with y'all was kids. We didn't even know no better.
We didn't understand.
You know what I'm saying? We just out here trying to run the streets, play football, play X, play whatever it takes just to come outside.
And didn't even understand how important it was not having a father, how detrimental it was not having our fathers around. Like my example was more so my father died early. You know what I mean? My stepfather died early, but he was my father. You get what I'm saying? He was in my life since I was about 3 years old. I wanted to be just like him, but he died early. Uncles died early, so my problem that we had in our family, it was a lot of men growing up in my family, so we learned how to be men through the stories of them.
Absolutely.
You know, through the stories that my mother, my aunts, them, the ones they told us the story, so that's what made us want to be hard. I know Randy, your father was around though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it still was. That's the story all too often. And coming from the hoods, you don't have a lot of fathers that stay around, and that's for a whole bunch of different reasons. We'll get to that and use that as another segment. But now to finish off what you were saying, you got something you want to say, Pride? Because I wanted him to go ahead.
Oh no.
You sure?
No, go ahead, move on. Yeah.
So now, like from there, you already started. Like you started telling us about your cooking and your cooking process. Just let us know how you got into it. What motivates you to cook?
What motivates me to cook, honestly, to see other people taste my food and they tell me it's good.
Right.
They tell me this, like, to see their face expressions.
Yeah.
That motivates me. That do something to my soul.
Right.
When I can go in the kitchen, whip up something, and then watch you eat it, and you be like, yo, this shit is so good. That's what motivates me.
Right.
That's what gets me on my bed. That's what starts my day. Just to see other people who love my cooking.
So who taught you? Who taught you to cook?
I can honestly say my grandmother. I can really say I can credit my grandmother. She didn't teach me how to cook, but me being nosy, always wanted to see what she was doing. And always wanted to be behind her in the kitchen. I always kept like that energy, like I really want to know what's up.
Right.
What is she doing this day with? And I took cooking as you can have a messed up house, messed up anything. But once you put it all together, it turns out to be great. It's like a broken up house. Once you fix it up, it's always gonna be great. So you got 1,000 meats and all this stuff on the counter, fix something up and it's gonna be great.
Put it
So
together.
that's how you put it together.
Put the right season on it to
Absolutely.
make it a good meal.
Absolutely.
Like you said, that's something like you said, a broken house. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes everything isn't always there. You might not have all the right ingredients, like your father may be missing. Might not have all those right ingredients. Your mother might be missing. Your mother, family members might die. Brother, sister, individuals that we know in and out of jail. You know, those of us that, you know, have it a little harder, but sometimes you don't have all the right ingredients, but if you know something about cooking,
Absolutely.
you can put it together and make that thing a bomb though.
Yeah, it's about making do, you know, with what you're dealt with.
Right.
What you have, making it work. you
Right.
know.
Making it work. And then growing up and I can say most families, you know, we all grew up on food stamps, we all grew up struggling. So you always got meals in the house that you can put together.
Right.
And then you try to make the best of it. So
Yeah.
I think that brings a lot out of me too, because you know the struggleness that you had, so we gotta eat. And clearly you can see in my body I ain't missing no meal. So I'm gonna figure that thing out.
So
And that's what I love to do.
When did you keep saying love? The question I had for you is when did you fall in love with cooking?
I can say I fell in love the day that I made, I just took some hot dog rolls, cut them up, put some peanut butter and jelly on them, and slid them in the oven. And when I tell you, when they came out, and they were so toasty and so nice that I sprayed a little bit of butter on them so they can get that little sickness, that little glistening to it.
Yeah.
And when they came out, just by that alone, I said, oh, I love this. I love this, and I called them peanut butter jelly uchalalas. And this when I was young. This when I was like, honestly, like 6 years old, cooking for my cousins and my brother. And they say, yo, whip up something. And I didn't know what to do because we was poor. We was living, I mean, that's just life. You know what I mean? You grow from it. But I put some peanut butter on the bread, some jelly, on the hot dog roll, slid it in the oven. And when I tell you, it came out so pretty, so nice, and so glistening.
That was
a start of something. Then when they tasted it, it was just peanut butter and jelly.
When they take it, they say ooh
It was
They go around the house
and
saying.
that's just small. Like if you ever never had a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I swear, give it a try.
Yeah, you might have to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I
never
ain't
You
had that.
never had that?
Never had that. Never even heard of that.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I didn't have the syrup sandwiches. I didn't have the peanut butter and jelly.
If y'all
I
never
didn't have the
did
syrup
that,
sandwich, man, I done had
make sure y'all know that the day he was the first person you heard from. If y'all never did that in y'all life.
It's the best thing smoking.
So I got another question for you.
Yes, sir.
What happened in your life that pushed you to start your own business and really want to do what you're doing now with this food and stuff?
Very good question. Very good question. So I was contemplating all my life. I say I started out 10 years old. Started selling food out the lake, out my house. Started selling food up the village once I moved back up the village. Then started going to work. Working, found another avenue. The avenue was housekeeping. Being an assistant director and manager of housekeeping, showing I'm still in that field of helping people.
Right.
So once I lost my father on December the 8th, the time right around I lost my mother, December 27th. So when I lost both of them, that changed my whole perspective on life. That let me know that, for one, life is too short, because my parents weren't even over 60, and they both died. They didn't have
Rest in
medical
peace,
issues. Right,
Yeah,
rest in
rest
peace,
in
both
peace.
of them. They didn't have no medical
Your mother was
issues.
my baby too.
That's
yo.
my
That
baby.
was my
That's
girl.
my
That was my
heart.
girl.
Wherever I go.
She's cool as a fan.
That was my
Absolutely.
aunt.
So when I lost them,
Yes, sir.
I looked in the mirror and I asked myself, do you just want to keep on coming to work,
Right.
working for somebody else?
Right. Building
Or
somebody else's dream.
building somebody else's dream, or you gonna follow your dream? Because one thing I know, if I leap out on faith, right? I got my two biggest angels in the sky right now.
Watching your back.
So there's no way I can fall on my face when they gonna scoop me right up. And that's what gave me my motivation to really push myself to leap out on faith. Steve Harvey always said, he said, why not me?
Why not me?
Why not me? And who's to say that you can't leap out on faith and take that chance? So I'm taking my chance, and I'm taking my chance on life. So if you know that the two people in your life that brought you in this world is not here no more, you got to show them something. And I'm here to show the world that no matter how hard it get, no matter how tough it get, keep on going, man. Keep pushing, because one day it's gonna show.
That's right.
That's what life is about. Life is all about those trials and tribulations, the things that we go through. Those things that we go through is those things that build us, those things that forge us, those things that determines our mentality moving forward. We oftentimes, like he said, we always question like, why is this happening to me? We always try to figure out exactly why it's happening. But like he said, the biggest question is why not? Why not me? Why should it not be? Why should it be somebody else? Anything that the next man and or woman have done in their life, why can't I be greater? If not just as good, why can't I be greater than them and push myself to that limit? So that's big respect to you for stepping out. You had a job in administrative, or he was an administrator, assistant director, and then you decided, enough was enough and to move into your own endeavor. That's major. It's scary, but in the same sense, it can be apprehensive, but in the same sense, ain't nothing to it but the door.
Absolutely.
And you did that.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't want to jump out there because of that.
Not want to take that.
Because of the fear of not knowing, or the fear of not being able to pay something, or
Right.
being able to take care of your own.
Right.
Because a lot of men don't want to go out here and ask nobody for no help.
Right.
But real men know how to ask somebody for help.
And then you'd be surprised too, how many people, sorry to cut you off, but you'd be surprised how many people do want to see you succeed, how many people
100%.
do want to jump in and help you in your endeavors. You feel what I'm saying? Like I told you, I offer my hand and step my hand on the things that you need, whatever it is I can do.
Gotcha.
Same thing. Randy done had that conversation. He said whatever it is he can do, and vice versa with the business endeavors that we got going on. But outside of the two that's here, I'm sure you got other dudes and other people that's rocking with you that
Absolutely.
help, that offer that olive branch. You feel what I'm saying? Or that help.
But you have to understand this though.
What's that?
You can get the help, but they have to see it from you.
Right.
They got to see how hard you willing to go
Right.
for you.
Right.
And I'm willing to go.
That's the key.
And I'm willing to go.
right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to go.
They gotta see
They
you.
have to see it.
Yeah,
Because if you ain't putting your best foot
But no
forward,
one
why
is
should
gonna-
they?
No one is going to
This
see
is
it.
your baby. You
It's
feel me?
my
It's your
baby.
dream.
100%.
So if they gonna be there with you and help see it through, they got to see it in
They
you.
got to see
You
it.
feel me?
And they can't
They
do
got-
it for
they
you,
got
like
to
you
see
said. They
you
can't
doing
do
it.
it for you.
Yeah.
We gotta jump in the wheel, and then we can't expect people to ride.
Right.
If we don't jump in the driver's seat
Yeah,
and man
yeah,
that
yeah,
car,
shit.
or we ain't the skipper of the boat. You get what I'm saying?
Shit, if we ain't gonna get it out the mud, they ain't. Yeah, why
Definitely
not?
ain't gonna do it. And oftentimes, like we talk about, people say, you hear people always say people hating on them, people hating on them. A lot of times they don't even be hating. A lot of times people want to see you go through some things though. Before they jump on board, they want to see you there or be strong enough, because they ain't strong enough to do it by themselves. They need an example.
They need an
They need
example.
somebody else to jump out there. Then they look, oh shit, he can do it. then they decide to go and step out on faith, even if it's only them helping you. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes it inspires other people to outside of their help. That inspired them to go ahead and do their own thing because they feel like now they done had the example of how to move forward with that.
But let's be honest, though, there are haters though.
Definitely.
There's always haters though.
Definitely.
We gonna keep it a stack, even though the ones who don't, do what Gunn just said. But there are some die-hard haters. But we love them though because we need them.
We need them.
Need them.
If they ain't hating, start running in.
I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying, let's not act like they ain't this.
They
out there with that shit in their blood. Oh my.
That's good though.
They can't stand to see you shine.
That's
That's
good. If you're not
you ain't
hating
did
on me,
nothing to
I'm not
them.
doing nothing.
Crazy.
If you're not hating on me, I'm not doing
You
nothing.
ain't going hard enough.
I'm not going hard
enough.
You ain't doing something right. Yeah.
I need you to
not
hate
going
on
hard
me.
enough. Yeah.
Because when you hate, the more you hate is the more I'm gonna succeed.
Motivation.
So I thank you.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway for me through all of this, man, if you gear up and you do, you want to lead by faith, push and try to excel, to push on with your business, don't get discouraged no matter what. Even if things don't go the way that you had, saw fit for them to go, things don't work out, don't get discouraged. Keep pushing. Even if you gotta give that up and move to something else. You know how many of the wealthiest people started a business, it didn't work.
Right.
So they started something else. They didn't give up. They did not let it get them down. Guess what? That one didn't work. They started something else.
Right.
Guess what? That might didn't work. They started, then that blew.
And
You see
it's
what I'm
about
saying?
approach.
They never gave up.
Right.
You always gotta keep pushing. Okay, this ain't work. Well, then I gotta find another niche. You feel me? I gotta find another avenue. You see what I'm saying, man? Is don't give up. A lot of people done that too. Something don't work. Oh man, I give up. No, man. Try something else. That shit don't work. Upgrade it. Think of another, avenue. Think of another way or method to, and then, if it just all else fails, go to something else,
And
man.
sometimes it ain't even
you
about
don't know what's gonna blow.
switching up on what it is you doing.
Yeah.
Completely. Sometimes it's not about
That's why I
switching
said try to
up on what
upgrade
you're
it.
doing.
Try to,
Sometimes, like you said, upgrade.
Find another method.
Another
Try to find
approach to
another, yeah. Another point.
Another approach. That's what it is.
Yeah, man.
I got another question for you though, Biggs. Like, what's your end goal? What's your end goal with what you got going on now? What do you see it and what's your end goal? What are you trying to accomplish with it?
Okay, Better Jeans is what I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to bring
That's the name of his big
brand.
brand.
Right?
That's brand. Better
That's the brand.
And when you hear that name now or in the future, understand that that's your grandmother name. That's just understanding what you about to get when you eat your food.
Yeah.
Better Jeans. It's like,
That
Listen,
home.
let me tell you something real quick. So you don't remember?
oh, I did.
You remember?
Talk to me.
My grandmother is also named Betty Jean. You feel what I'm saying? So when you say that, I can never forget that. Every time you talk about eating and shit like that, food, every time I eat somewhere, I automatically think of it. Just coming to your business, your place of business, it's gonna automatically put me in that mindset. You get what I'm saying? Betty Jean. That's another something from back in the day, Hopefully I put that out there.
Definitely resonates with us.
My end goal is definitely to have a diner.
Mhm.
I want to be able to, when I'm cooking, I want to be able to talk to my customers. I want to be able to reach my customers. I want to be able to be able to engage and enjoy them when they come into my business. I don't want to have no glass blocking it. My end goal is to touch the people.
Right.
My end goal
That's
is
nature.
to make a difference in our community, one day at a time, and that's what I'm about.
And do you want to be one of them chefs that's in the kitchen too? Or you
Well,
want
I'm a person. I'm a hands-on type of person, and I like to set examples.
Right.
So I don't see nobody other than my father, rest in peace, and then my son. They the ones that's gonna follow like really behind me.
Right.
Everybody gonna have their own techniques on how they cook.
Right.
But if you cook for Betty Jeans, if you can't cook like William or some type of way like me, I can't have that in my kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta set a standard.
I'm bringing love to my business, bringing love to everywhere. So that's what I'm about. And I know a lot of people engaged on that. Like they really bring that love thing to their meals. But I don't think nobody doing it like me.
Yeah.
One thing.
And then, I was just going to say, And then of course, you know, as you grow and you expand,
100%.
you can't be in one place at all times.
Can't be in
every
all
time.
places.
But you know, that's why I like, you know, when you said that everybody need to know,
Absolutely.
you know, what they do. You know, they need to know how to cook like Will, or they know that ingredient
That's
or
right.
that recipe they need to
That's
know.
right.
So it's being put into the other location, so it can
100%.
resonate and it can all be similar.
And
That
I
same
like how you
taste.
speak at it in
Wherever
this
you go.
because it's more than one business.
Yeah, no, but we definitely think and build, man. We
Absolutely.
expand, we
Oh,
elevate.
one point that jumped out to me and something he was just saying was like him wanting to be able to reach out and touch the individuals in his community. Like that's very important too. Just making sure that we never
No, that's
forget
big, yeah.
about community and the community efforts. That's the point of doing this,
Yeah,
building leaders and
yeah,
creating
yeah.
kings operation by building national
Yeah.
development over generations, trying to get these young men to be able to see guys like ourselves, you feel what I'm saying, our journeys, hear our stories, and see that I don't got to be Pablo Escobar or Al Pacino from a movie or none of them. I can be like this, but it is about having examples,
Right.
positive examples. I can have this. So with that, the next question I want to know is, what's your plans for the community? Do you plan on giving back and things of that nature? And if so, in what way?
That's a very good question. Very good question. So by me just starting out, my plans for the community is this. Every month I want to have kids come out. I want to give away waters, chips, and hot dogs for the kids in the community.
Okay.
And also, I want to be able to, since social media is so big, every month I want to pick a family. And this family is all you got to do is you'll log on my page and tell me one thing is what family means to you. And I will pick that family or whatever. I'll pick that family that I see that they wrote what family means to them. And that on that month, I'll bring out a whole 4-course meal to your family and feed that family. All I ask y'all to do is take all the cell phones away and sit at the table
That's
as a
right.
family and just talk and eat.
That's right.
We missing that. We missing that. We missing that.
That is all you
So
got.
that's what I'm doing to
That's
my
what's up.
community.
Right.
And that's just bring light. Just for one, I noticed this that we as a family don't eat no more as
At
together.
the table,
Right
yeah.
at the table, because you got your son playing the game, you got your daughter in the house on Instagram, TikTok, making videos, mommy downstairs cooking, the little baby's running around, father not even in the house yet, right?
Or he down in the basement
Or he
watching
down in the basement
sports.
watching
or something.
sports.
Yeah.
It's time to put the phones away, turn the TV off, sit at the table. All I ask y'all to do, if I can just feed a family,
Right.
just put the phones away and just have a conversation. Find out how was your day. Let me
Right.
know how you feel.
That's amazing.
That is
That's
so
all I want to do.
deep.
That's
And that's the part I want to bring the community.
That is so
And it
vital
don't
to
take-
that
Yes.
is where we need
Yes.
to bring it back to.
Yeah.
Just having that
That's a smart
conversation.
concept, bro. That's
Even
that's a
thinking
good,
of that, yeah, that's
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
big.
yeah,
That's
bro.
definitely
I
big.
really-
That's a
And I'm
big-
gonna mention everybody that's
I
on this
really like that.
on Gunn's page, on Randy page, understand that the support that y'all put into me is the support I'm putting on the community.
Right.
Because I can't do it alone.
Right.
We understand that. So the hard
Take a
work,
village.
how much that I put into this business and to myself, understand that I'm putting it right back into the community. I'm not trying to get rich. All I want to do is like you said, Tony, build men up, build these young men up to show them it's a different way. That's it.
To show them what it is to really build and establish a
100%.
family. You feel what I'm saying? Bring it back. Make that more important. Make that the dominant interest in what we have going on in our community. The dominant interest meaning that is our main focus or goal is building and establishing a powerful family. I feel like that's something that we losing, like something as simple as us sitting down at a table, making sure that we have a conversation. You ask your wife, you ask your lady, you ask your daughter, you ask your son, you ask them how their day was, you ask them what it is you can do for them to make it better the next go round. They do the same thing, it's reciprocated. They ask you what it is. Your wife really have a firm understanding, or your lady got a firm understanding on some of the pressures that you got on top of it. And she able to rub your back or let you know it's gonna be alright. You feel what I'm saying? But it start with that conversation after that meal or during that meal. You get what I'm saying? That's major right there. I really like that.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of it. Fuck I lie. I want to be a part of that. If you want, you can start with my family.
I feel you. I feel
Yeah,
you.
bro, I'm going to tell you what it means to me.
Yeah,
I get that meal.
That's
yeah.
major. That's major. And I'm gonna make sure that we get your social media so that we can have that out there too.
Absolutely.
You on Instagram and you on Facebook, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure before we leave at the end of this that we have that somewhere, that we can see so people can reach out, they can make sure that they do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One other question, you got anything you want to say?
No, I just like how everything ties in so well to the whole concept and even to BLACK, right? Building leaders and creating kings, right?
I love it.
You can be a natural born leader, but if you don't have no example to show it, then it really means nothing. It has to be built. And leaders are made into king. Kings have to lead. You feel
And
me?
they also have
so
to
you build.
They have to have a foundation of something that show them how to lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you was basically saying.
And that is how they're built.
Right, exactly.
Leaders are built with transition into kings. You
Right,
feel?
right.
And before you can even reach that king status, you were a leader and it's being built though.
Right.
It's being built.
We gotta get back to that old school warrior.
I just had thought about how like dope that was. You feel?
Yeah.
So I just had to shed some light on that.
Get back to that old school warriorhood.
It's the
where
mission,
It's
you
a
feel?
rite of passion.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm
yeah.
saying? A rite of passion. You don't just automatically think that you're supposed to get or gain somebody respect. Or have somebody respect. You gotta literally work towards getting that respect. Then being a leader. Being a leader isn't always about the person that's always in front, because everybody ain't built to be in the front. Some people like to be in the background. Some people lead from example. Some people, we need individuals like that, but it's still building that character, having the character and the nerve and the understanding of how to lead, when and where to lead. Because sometimes another huge part of being a leader is knowing when to step back and allow somebody else. Because I can cook. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't Chef Big, you know what I mean? So if we in a situation like that, I'm not gonna try to take over. I'm gonna go to somebody that I know doing what he can do. You see what I'm saying? I like shooting, I like guns and things of that nature. But I'm not gonna say and take it out of this man's hand if I know that this is something he's been doing for a longer period of time. Now we coming together on a business endeavor, but in the same sense, this is his dog that he had in the fight. I'm just adding to it now, grooming and making sure that dog got a good keep. So when they do come out in that fight, it's banging. And I ain't necessarily promoting dog fighting. It's just a metaphor, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Facts.
What's one of your favorite dishes to cook?
One of my favorite dishes to cook is whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
That's whatever you like.
I can dig that.
That's whatever you
Man,
like.
I need a cheesecake.
That man say whatever you like.
Cheesecake, strawberry crumb, boy, y'all ain't had that. Oh my, man,
We
you ain't had that.
gonna
Oh
show you
my,
some of that too. What it look like.
oh my, I'm man, y'all. What? See, y'all sleeping. Y'all know we gonna wake y'all up though. Y'all gonna see what it's about. Y'all got pull up down the location.
I'm saying you
Yeah,
can have whatever you like. Okay,
That's
we gonna play that on one of
Yeah.
these segments while he whipping up something. Whatever
You
you
gotta
like,
pull
that's
up.
gonna be the segment
Yeah.
right there too. That might be the title. I might gotta keep a note of that. Yeah.
I just can't wait to get to the real root of this whole, cooking shit, man. Cause y'all ain't, man, for the people who haven't tasted the food yet, y'all don't know what y'all missing, boy. Y'all got pull up down at the location. Pull up on to be out there. He hit you with breakfast and lunch.
Right.
Dinner, fish Fridays, fish Friday, had the desserts out,
Yeah.
making homebrew teas. Oh my, man, they give you the flavors on the chicken and waffles. And, man,
And he all around hustling.
I'm just gonna let it. Look. I've been down there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Appreciate that, man.
He is hands on. He right there. He handling it. He even got the order. You can even place some orders.
Yeah, you can place
your
orders now.
Breakfast orders, right?
breakfast
Yeah.
orders now. You place it in the morning between 6 and 11.
Okay.
Once you pull up, come downstairs, bring your food nice and hot. Got all types of good meals, different kind of chicken and waffles. I can put my money that the breakfast that I'm bringing or just the food that I'm bringing is different than what you used to.
Right.
I'm bringing that good grandma Saturday morning type breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to understand that fried potatoes and grits, I'm taking it back down
Yes.
south.
Mhm.
Like I want you to
Yes.
understand, I want you to appreciate what I'm bringing to your table. And I'm big on that. So that's why I take my pride on, if you tell me something ain't right, I will go
And get it right.
get it right and make it right and do whatever it takes to get that thing right. Because I believe in this brand.
That's a part of being a man, a hard man, being able to take critique
Oh yes.
and judgment from others to make yourself better. You feel what I'm saying? Ruthless to make sure that you make yourself better. Because ultimately, like you said, you're doing it not only for you to build you, but it's also to help build and establish a community. And I I try hard not to deviate from that too much. I constantly speak on community because that's what we build, and that's what I feel like we need to bring back to the community is real men. You get what I'm saying? Role models and things of that nature. People that like example. So with that being said, do you consider yourself a role model?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I love the way you do this.
Yeah.
I really do. But I consider myself a role model. I do, because I have a 13-year-old son, and my son looks at me and understands that my father go out every day to not just go to work, but to have a business, something I can put in his name, something I can work hard towards. When he get older, that he won't have to work as hard as I am right now.
Right.
So I am showing not just my son, other young men that you don't have to sell drugs, you don't have to play basketball, you don't have to play football, sports. Not taking that away.
Right.
There's other things that
there are other avenues.
There's other avenues. So yes,
routes to take.
I'm cooking in the kitchen, going to the market like your mama do, and I love it. I love every minute of it. So yes, I do believe I'm a leader. I definitely believe I'm a role model to my community, and I believe I'm a good father, and that's what it's all about.
That's major. So Rand, I want to ask you that same question because I like that right there. Do you consider yourself a role model? If so, in what way?
Yeah, shit, I do. I got kids that look up to me. I have kids of my own. Son, 15, and then what way is I can show them that there's another avenue in the path. How I managed to stay out of drama and trouble in the streets, and they can see me moving, and the way that I'm building, and know that this is a route, for them to, that they could possibly take for themselves as well. Keeping my nose clean, not staying away from the foolishness, showing them, how to live, a better life, and showing them that they don't have to be out there in the streets.
Right. And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
I can honestly say without a question, and this ain't to give myself kudos or to big myself up, to brag or boast, or I can honestly say without question that I'm a role model. It's just through the different things that the numerous people, both young and old, that I've already reached and that I continue to reach. I'm a role model for my kids, my family, role model for, I'm talking, when I say family, not just my immediate family, the in-home or the kids that I have and the wife that I have, but also a role model to my much larger family, my mother's, aunts, uncles, and things of that nature, sisters, brothers. Like, I'm truly a role model to them. Like, I coach football and things of that nature. That's another way that I can reach out and get to these young men before they get in the streets. Because oftentimes we see on the news they talking about 12. He just was a 12-year-old kid that got shot, but listening to his grandmother talking, I'm to be sensitive to this, but listening to his grandmother talking, she was speaking about different things that they already knew that he was doing. I want to reach these. That's as far as I want to go with that because I don't want to disrespect that family, but it was things that they already knew that he was doing. I want to try to do some what I call preventative maintenance. You feel what I'm saying? Being able to get to these kids, reach out and teach these kids before they get to that level, have an impact in these kids' life, showing them something that's greater, and that's what I work towards right now, and that's ultimately what this is. And to piggyback on what Randy was saying earlier about Black Ops or Black, the acronym Black, I don't want to sell y'all on just BLACK. Black is also interchangeable. That K is interchangeable with Q. BLACQ, Building Leaders and Creative Queens operation. That's also something that we got to be working on too. So we're gonna build on that. And that's what we give it a little bit. We're gonna bring it in. I'm gonna start having our queens come on and give their segues and talk big about it. Because it ain't just about the king. Cause what's a king without a queen? You know what I'm saying? I got girls. I need to show them. I need to be a role model for them as well. But we need positive women. They ain't just up there shaking their ass all on camera. They got people they can really have an example for too. So I just wanted to make sure that we brought that out there. That's something that is in the works too right now. BLACK, obviously, but BLACQ. Building Leaders and Creative Queens.
Absolutely.
We speak going hard on that.
Absolutely.
Going hard on that.
That is big, bro. That is dope. Yeah. But one of my biggest things that I'm doing this for too, as well, is to build that generational wealth, man. So just like Big said, I'm trying to leave a lasting legacy. And you done talked about it before, Gunto. We even talked about it on the last podcast.
Legendary.
Yeah, so yeah.
Legendary. That's the goal.
Legendary.
That's the reason for even doing
Building
really.
generational wealth. So my kids ain't got the word. They got the foundation set, so they don't have to, deal with what we had to.
Can I be honest with y'all real quick?
Yes.
The reason of me doing this was never to be famous or not. The reason for me doing this because I know at the end of the day this is gonna be something that is never going away. This once these videos are created, that's a document of who I was. So my great grandkids are able to say, if you look back, because that's one thing, like I said earlier in this segment, I was talking about we learned how to be men through the stories of them because they were all gone.
100%.
This so we ain't gotta have that. My son and my daughters, they have me right there, like, but when they grow up and they have kids, God willing, I'm able to be in there, like, but when we decades removed from where we are today, this is never gonna go nowhere. So that to me is saying that I'm a legend. I'm gonna be a legend. This go in the books forever. This is always gonna be in the archives. You always gonna be able to see us having this conversation right here.
Absolutely.
You can look that up. So that's the main reason why I did this for my generation, for that generational wealth that I create. They can see where it started. Damn, this is where he was motivated at. These are the people that he was in sync with. These are the individuals that he got to thank. These are the individuals that he can say, I appreciate. These are the individuals that, his idea and how that idea came about. These are the individuals that he, can thank for that. This is the reason for it. So that brings me to my next question for you. Is there anybody that you have to thank for this business endeavor, this idea that you have right now?
Oh wow, yes. For one, gotta thank God.
Absolutely.
Without God, what are we? Gotta thank God. And I definitely want to thank my cousin. Definitely thank my family. Because some families, you can say, when you give them this idea that you want to leave your job and you want to pursue your dream, some people don't want to see that. They don't want to, because they feel like you want to ask them or you might need them. But my family pushed me to do this. My family supported me to do this. So I want to thank all my family. I want to thank y'all, gentlemen, for giving me this platform, giving me this opportunity. Just to show the world, show people that us black men, we ain't all we don't gotta be always tough, man. We can always have a conversation as men to show the world it's better. It's better. It's bigger and better things out
There's
here.
something that's out here for you that's better than just
absolutely. I gotta thank my homeboys that's been supporting me while I'm going through this journey. I gotta thank them. They know who they are.
Shout out to the homeboys that have.
Absolutely. Gotta thank the significant the lady in my gotta thank her. She did that for me.
Shout out to Baby Girl for being in the
holding
down,
lady.
Shout out to you too.
Special queen, that's in your life.
And then you got my kids. I definitely gotta thank them because the two biggest people that I got in my life, all of them now that I don't have a mother and father, they really like being there for me and holding me up. I'm 40, they 13 and 20, but you would think that I'm supposed to be there for them. No, they there for me.
That's major. That's major.
And that's what keeps me going. So I really want to thank them, thank my brother, my sister. Like I said, this is my family. I really do. And I appreciate everybody, especially that been supportive. I thank y'all. Because without y'all just pulling up and giving that taste or giving me that chance, I wouldn't be here today. So I thank y'all also.
Shit, right there. What you think? What's your ideas? Did you have any support on the different things that you had going on, or you was just a self-locomotive? You just did it by yourself. You got it all by yourself.
No. Well, I grew up with a fascination for this field. I like the way that the Secret Service style move. The Secret Service style security move. Blazer sharp, just moving in sync, smart, wise. I like that, type of movement. So I was always kind of taken by that and intrigued with that style. But coming up in the city, they would have clowned me if I talked about doing that as a
security,
as a young. They would like, "You're police."
Definitely. They would have did that. But see, we grown now.
Now. Now it's a whole different ballgame. I'm just saying, back then, that is why I chose to suppress my visions and thoughts of, my passion chose
But with
to
that-
suppress it back then. But
With that, was it anything significant that happened in your life though that I mean, I understand where you're coming from in terms of you was fascinated with the CIA or not CIA but Secret Service, you know. and things of that
those
nature,
different type of branches and styles.
Was there anything
like the
that
way they move?
catapulted you or anything that you can think about that probably catapulted you into the outside of just that fascination? Is there anything that you've gone through in life or is this just you was fascinated by it, wanted to do it?
No, I just I mean, I knew that it was a way out too as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, so knew it was something lucrative as well. But there was no like
No
situation that occurred that made me be like, I gotta do this. Like, no, it was just a passion of mine. I grew up seeing my father, various uncles and them, and in the service. I mean,
Right.
I just seen a
Did we
lot.
say what you did? We said that you because I know from
Yeah.
previous they already knew, but
Yeah,
we
we did start off
in the
saying
beginning,
that
okay, I
right
just
on
wanted to make
the
sure because
Yeah,
for the people that's listening, he do security, and then he also had his business, stealth mode.
stealth mode security and
Mhm.
training.
So
Yeah.
with me, I'm as y'all know, I'm in the trades and I'm certified in different trades and things of that nature, and I don't know if I really had one thing or another that catapulted me, or one thing that happened to me that catapulted me into the business that I'm in right now, but I can contribute to certain men that I had in my life, even down to even women that I had in my life earlier on when I was younger. I was always, to piggyback off fascination. When I seen building and structures and things of that nature, when I seen them as like a skeleton, before it was even skeleton, just seeing the land being turned over to prepare to build on that site. And then seeing them, you ride past them day after day after month after weeks, and you see something literally come from nothing that's built into homes for people to live in and structures for people to do business and run businesses out of. That in and of itself was fascinating for me. So that's what made me want to get into it. But then I also wanted to be that old school man. That old school man that, how your grandfather back in the day or your great grandfather back in the day can damn near do everything. They go outside, work on a car. They come from working on a car to building a shed and going and doing the go. I wanted to bring that back. So I put myself in a position where I could be a tradesman to do that. I knew I always wanted that house. That house, to be able to have that family, that house, and then I always wanted to be able to work on that house by myself so they couldn't get over on me. So with that being said, that's what pushed me into outside of the examples of men and women that I had, because Betty Jean, she was damn near was a carpenter too, man. We didn't grew up, we did put carpet in the house and things of that nature, literally put carpet in the house. I used to get up with her early mornings on Saturday. I'm mad because I'm the only one that she take. I got cousins that's my age, but she take me out to go work in the garden and doing all this building. They in the house watching Black Belt Theater. You know what I mean? Like they watching Black Belt Theater and X-Men and shit. And I'm outside working in the garden, man. It's I don't know what, but it gave me a foundation to build on. And from there, I ain't never stopped. So that's why I got into the trades. I first went to school for carpentry. Got a job. After I got a job, I went back to school for HVAC. Got certified in that. Was certified in basic plumbing and electrical. So those are the skills that I want to, and even my little man, I bring him around so he can start to get that feel and see how to do it, even if that's never, same with my daughter. One of my daughters, the rest of them, they girly girls, they don't really care about that shit, but like bring them around and let them see. That's not necessarily a field that I want to push them into, but it is something I want to give them a feel for. You get what I'm saying? So they able to see what it is, so when they get a little older, they can in turn learn or know how to manage and move and maneuver in this world, but manage their own houses and things of that nature.
Because it's just a good skill set to have,
right?
For yourself.
And everybody don't want to go to college. Young men, we don't always be. Sometimes we get tired of school. You get what I'm saying? So that might be the avenue you can go and do that. And I guarantee, without a shadow of a doubt, if there's anybody in any one of those fields that I said that ain't getting you no money, it's because they lazy. It's no way if you in the trades that you ain't get too much. It's too much work out here for you. It's always going to be work. It's too much side work you can do. It's too much money into it. The only reason that you got anybody that's in the trades that ain't getting you no money is because they lazy and they don't really want to do it. That's all that really is.
And see, I really grew up. My father, uncles, they did everything. Carpentry, plumbing, electricity, everything. I grew up in it. My father, my uncles in it. They can drive whatever, any big rigs, any machine. I've been on the road. I you know, kind of had a mix of everything.
Right.
But it was always something about protecting people. You know, being there for, you know, that call, just down to a little kid. If I could stop somebody from coming into a store and, you know, start shooting up the place, like any crazy or any type of scenario, you know, that you could think of. You know, I just always wanted to, you know, but then I always knew, you know, my calling was to have my own business as well.
Right,
too.
absolutely.
You know, yeah, so I can open up some opportunities for, you know, the youth, you know, to be able to work. You know, so I'm going to build, you know, as soon as I get things, you know, up and running the way, you know, that I see fit for them to be, then I'll, you know, be able to hire, you know, some of my people from other, you know, I'll just be able to hire.
So real quick, because we can really close this out, because I don't want it to be too long, because I don't want us to give too much, because I plan on us going this
Yeah. Oh no, that's why I was cutting that
What
short.
I do-
Yeah.
What I do want is, before you go, just let them know what social medias they can reach you on.
Okay, so the one I have is Betty Jeans. That's on Instagram. And right now it's Big 2900 LBC. That's on Instagram. The Facebook page is not. It's my personal Facebook page right now. So the Betty Jeans is the page that you will leave the comments about what family means to you,
Betty
and I'll
Jeans.
pick you up like that. So go to Betty Jeans, and you can see all my pictures, and you can see the growth. Like when I first started, you see that what I have out there is just a grill until now. So you
Right.
start to see the growth and just the understanding that if I be consistent, it's gonna pay off.
Sky's the limit,
Sky's
yeah.
the limit, yo.
Well, with that being said, I appreciate both of y'all good brothers for being here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all for being here, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate
You take some
you,
of
bro.
that dessert over there.
Oh yeah.
I got some, I got
You
some,
already
man.
know. I got it. You already
Yeah,
know.
we're gonna get into that.
You know I got it.
With that being said, another successful one. Black Ops Band Dog TV, building leaders, creating kings.
Successful one.
Live
in the
strong.
books.
Live strong or die weak, do man shit, ain't no pressure.
Shit.
And make sure y'all holler at my man Biz, man. He got that good.
Bang James.
Chef B.I.G. G.I.E.
Missile.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, bang. Another one in the books. Building leaders.